In this video, I'll show you how to use Azure AI Foundry in Microsoft Copilot Studio. So just to start with, I'm in copilotstudio.preview.microsoft.com. I will go ahead and create a simple agent. So I'll click on new agent and here I will just create a simple agent. Now the agent which I want is will be very simple. So I'll just say create an agent which shows information about different coins in the world, and it will start using Copilot to build that scaffolding for the agent. It will ask me what should I name. So I suggest the name World Coin Guide. Would you like to use this name or do you have another name? Okay, I'll just say okay, World Coin Guide is the name of the agent, and I'm happy with it. And I'll say okay, could you share any specific details? So I have nothing to it. I'll just click on create, and then this application will create an agent named as World Coin Guide. Now I can ask a question to this agent. So I'll say uh, what are the different coins for Australia, and I'll make some spelling mistake. Let's see if it can identify that. I think it has taken that error, corrected it, and it will search in the knowledge source. So it will look into the knowledge source and then it will give me an answer: 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent, 20, 50, $1, $2 coin. And this has been the response. Now, if I go into settings over here, so it's a generative agent. Now, what it has done is it has gone into the knowledge, used general knowledge, and it has taken the foundational knowledge that generative AI was trained on, and it has given me a specific response, right? Now, as you see, the primary response model is GPT 4.0. Now, let me pick up GPT 4.1 mini. And you see the model you have selected is in preview and has not yet completed. So I'll click on continue. I'll click on save. And I'll close this. And now I will ask the same question again. Different coins of Australia. And let me see what the model thinks through it. Now we got a bulleted list of response using the previous model. Now it has now given me a pre-decimal coin. So it has given started with pre-decimal coin. So the response is completely different. It says penny, half penny, 3 pence, then decimal coin. So it has given me more detail. So depending on which model you choose, it will start giving you that specific response. So notable characteristics and all those things. So let me go back to the settings over here and show it to you that we have an option to select GPT 4.0 or GPT 4.1 mini. Right. So this is the one place through which you can select a model. Okay. Let me create a topic. Now, let me go to topics and add a topic. So let's create a topic from blank. And I'll call this topic as trigger this topic when user asks about European coin. So when this topic is triggered, I'll just call it as European coin, and this is one of the topics. So let me go ahead and click on something called as so add a tool, and now here I'll click on prompt, new prompt. Now in the prompt, so I will take the input from the user. So user will type in European coin, and here I have an option to specify an instruction to Copilot, right? So let me close this. Now, as you see, I can select GPT 4.1 mini and basic, standard, premium. However, I have an option to select Azure AI Foundry models as well. Now, first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just create a prompt. I will just say create a custom prompt and I'll just call it as European. Show list of coins from Europe. I'm not going to pick up the input because this is just like a demonstration example. I will just say show list of coins from Europe from year 2000. And if I test it based on GPT-4.1 mini, you will get the test result as over here. So here is some list of notable European coins, and it has given me these sort of in output. So let me copy this output and let me paste it somewhere just for comparison. So let me go ahead and open Word, and let me put it in the Word document. So this is the response from GPT 4.1 mini. So I'll paste this. Then I will select GPT, say Premium O3. Now, if I select Premium O3, click on test, the response will be bit different. And as you see, it has taken a long. So depending on which model you use, it will give you different response. Now, O3 has given us a nice summarized information. So let me paste this information over here. So this one is from O3. Now, if you do not want to rely on the existing model which has been provided, you can go ahead and click on Azure AI Foundry model and connect to a new model. So I'll click on connect a new model, and it will ask me to specify the deployment name, base model name, model endpoint URL, API key, and model description. Now, if you want to connect to a model, first you need to go into, say, portal.azure.com. So let me go into Azure portal. Now here I have already created a Foundry resource. Now, if you don't know how to create a Foundry resource, so you there is a URL. You just type in ai.azure.com, which will take you directly to the Azure AI Foundry portal. Now, in Azure Foundry portal, there is a concept of project. There is a concept of hub. You create a project. You create a hub, and then after you create that, you will. So I'm currently in Sydney hub. So here I can see a list of all the model catalog. So there are so many models. I believe currently, as of today, there are so many models. Now I've selected a specific configuration, and I'm able to see 92 models over here. But then in reality, there are like more than 10,000 models. Now in model catalog, I can go ahead and create a different models, consume different models. Now if I go to model plus endpoint, I've already created various models. So GPT-4o, GPT-4o Sydney. Now I can go ahead and consume this model. Okay. Now if you want to deploy a new model, you can either deploy a base model or a fine-tuned model. So let me show you how to deploy a base model. So you get an option to select various inference tasks like audio classification, chat completion, data generation, forecasting, image to text, all this kind of models you get, and you pick and choose whatever you want. Now you got Sora as well over here. So for video generation. Now maybe let me pick up, say something related to, say, DeepSeek V3. So I'll select DeepSeek V3, but I think this model cannot be deployed because it has been deprecated. So DeepSeek R1, I can go ahead and use this particular model, and I can click on confirm. So this will take some time for this model to propagate, but I will pick up the model which I have. So I'll pick up GPT-4o Sydney. Now in GPT-4o Sydney, if you have already deployed this, I deployed it long back. I get various things over here. So first I get a key. So I'll copy the key, and I'll go into Visual Copilot Studio, copy the key. Then I need to pick up the deployment name. This is the deployment name, paste it over here. Then we have a target URI, that's an endpoint, copy in the model endpoint URL, and the base model name. Now the base model name, let me go into the code over here, and here I can see that the base model name is GPT-4o. So let's go into the base model name, GPT-4o, and I will just call it as Sydney model, GPT 4. And this is how you connect. So once you click on connect, it will say it has now been connected. So you connect a model from Azure AI Foundry, and now you have successfully configured this for a prompt. Now here I can say show list of coins from Europe. And now if I click on test, it will connect with the model. And now if I have proper subscription and token, then only the result will appear over here. But this is just a demonstration example which I just wanted to show you, that this is how you can connect a model from Azure AI Foundry. So you can bring any model from Meta, X, DeepSeek, etc., and then this model will show up the response over here. Now it has successfully extracted the information. So let me copy this information, and as you see over here, this has given me in a different format. So we have taken three different options over here. So first we did with basic GPT, then we did with the premium one, and now with GPT 4o. So for all this, I have copied the content in a Word document. And just to show you the comparison over here, in the Word document with all these three different model, I got different response. So here in GPT 4.1 mini, I got this. Then with the GPT 4o, I got this. And this was the premium model. And then with the last one, it has given me some more information. So as you see, this is much richer information compared to all other model. And that's also one of the reason of bringing different models from Azure AI Foundry, so that it can improve your response content. So that's it, folks. This is how you can basically use Azure AI Foundry models in Microsoft Copilot Studio. Thanks for watching.